In this video, I'm going to show you how to find your first clients. Coming up.
First things first, that's creating your own social media. Now, that is pretty much a given, I would say, nowadays, but for some people, it's kind of hard to sort of step into. It's kind of scary not knowing what's going to happen, but I've done this for more than one reason. Of course, I want to make my new second ID so that I can prove all of you guys that are watching this video currently that, like, it's possible, and I did do it, and I'm not lying. No one knew that I actually need the second ID at all, and it was sort of a fresh start to see what happens when I apply the stuff I'm going to be telling you guys in today's video, and it works. And spoiler, it does work, right? I get my first client. Now, that being said, it's sort of scary, like I said before, but it's very, very doable. It's very easy to just sort of manage a little bit, but at the same time, you do need to manage it. You need to make sure that you're staying on top of it. With that being said, once you make your own social media, you need to, of course, brand yourself with a really simple logo. It can be complicated. You can, of course, I will just go ahead and link some tutorials on how to make your own logo design and some tutorials and whatnot in the description down below. So if you want to find anything of these, the things I talk about in the description down below, it should be there. So when I'm talking about logo designs, I branded myself with a shard. It was like a sort of a shard shape because I don't know, I thought a shard was pretty cool. It doesn't need to be a letter. It does not need to be some sort of text logo. It doesn't even need to be something that you spend hours and hours upon. It was just something that I would say that's kind of cheap to say because I've been doing it for so long, so I can make myself something very, average in a very short amount of time. However, that being said, it's not the whole point is you don't have to spend $500 or you don't have to spend X amount of money on something that you're not sure about just yet, right? You still need to experiment with it. So with that being said, just give yourself an idea for what you kind of want to do. Like I said, watch a tutorial, find something that's just going to brand yourself very simply. You can even use a shape like I did myself. With that also being said as well, I would say the number one thing you have to have on your Twitter, if you're going to be using Twitter as your social media, is have some sort of price list. I see a lot of designers do this. I don't do this currently because I have sort of a different outlook how I look like. But I can appreciate the whole thing of price list, right? Let me explain why I did this and why I would price it or do it this way, right? So I know from experience, it's very hard to say, hey, this logo design, I'm going to do it for $30. And it's hard to say, I'm going to do $30 every single time. At the start, I did about $25 for a logo design. Then I moved my way up to like $35. Then I moved my way up to like $55. And now I'm pricing myself at $100 plus, basically, right? And I'm getting clients consistently. And that's simply because I've already made a name for myself. But however, with that being said, people who are starting out, it's very hard to be like, hey, I'm going to do this logo for $30. And then someone says, hey, I saw you do logo for $30. Can you do this for amount of $30? You're like, sure, yeah, it's a client. You're all happy, but you're not understanding how much work you're actually doing. You're not valuing yourself, and that's something that you really need to understand and to grasp of. So if you're going to do price lists, make sure you give yourself a range. For me, I chose $30 to $60 for logo design because I'm just starting out and I was trying to build my portfolio. And I'm going to get more into that in the second version or second, phase of this little video. But make sure you give yourself the buffer, right? Give yourself the minimum and give yourself the maximum that you're able to work with, right? So with that being said, let's go on and head on to basically building your portfolio and building a brand, basically. Alright guys, so let me tell you what I mean by building your own portfolio. Now I don't actually mean building it as in choosing a site and sort of how to actually construct it. I have videos on that. I'll post in the description down below for you guys as well, that we can see which sort of site is best for you, what fits best, and how to actually build it. What I actually mean though is building your portfolio as a strategy to basically, increasing your interactions, increasing the amount of people who know your name and stuff like that. What I mean by this is on Twitter, you should follow a lot of people that you sort of love, cherish, and just sort of understand or love the work, just people that you get inspired by, basically, right? So I did that myself on Jet Designs. I followed maybe like 41 people. Absolutely none of them followed me back, but that was okay because I just get a really awesome feed of just, inspiration, consistency, and just like someone who's actually made it. Just seeing that person do that should just be enough for you to sort of, it's not always enough, but it's sometimes just enough for you to continue, right? But what I mean by this is you take those, those individuals, and you might just practice, right? Practice will definitely make perfect, guys. And the crazy thing about practicing is, and using Twitter for your practice, is that you can make something for someone that you love so very much, and then they can sort of give you their tips upon what they think about it. So for me, I made a logo for 2 individuals. I'm going to be showcasing today. I made a lot more, trust me, but that was basically, this is basically what I'm talking about though. So I made one for Expect, but I also made one for Mixo in the beginning. The one I made for Mixo, he responded back to me and said, hey, this is pretty cool. he didn't really follow me or anything like that, but he sort of just gave me that, how do you say it? Just give me that feeling like, hey, I could do some really good work. And with that being said as well, I went ahead and added someone else and said, hey, what should I do next? Should I do expect next? And I used him for an example. And he, like I said, none of these people know that I was who I was. And I was like, hey, should I do you next for his example? And he said, like, these really little googly eyes. You guys know what I'm talking about, like the looking eyes. Like, yeah, I'm ready to see this. So I'm like, all right, coming right up. So what I ended up doing was then making another logo design for that person. But just because I felt like making it, I like who he is, he inspires me and stuff like that. And these should be people that you should have names in your head that you probably already know of. If I'm one of them, I thank you very much for even appreciating. I appreciate you very much for even appreciating me the way you guys do so very much. I see it on Twitter all the time. But what I mean by this is you just take that person and just make something really just fun for them. And then you might just get as lucky as I did. And when I tweeted out to expect, he immediately DM'd me and said, hey, like, did you actually do this or did you use a font? And he was just like, it looks so professional, so clean. And he actually called me out and was like, yo, this is your second ID. I didn't actually tell him right there. I was like, no, dude, I'm just trying to make something. I'm just trying to make a name for myself, get my first retweet. And then he was so very kind enough, and this is his own person, right? Because that's what these inspirators are. They're just looking to help sometimes, honestly, right? So what he did was just, he retweeted the actual original post, which got me, I guess to this day, I think it's like maybe like 36 likes and like maybe like 14 or something like, 36 like retweets and then like 40 or plus or something like likes, something like that, which is a pretty good ratio for someone who's just started. That's a very, very good boost. It's a very great confidence boost, and it just helped me sort of continue my way into like basically making something that I know, I hope, I guess, people would like. And with that being said, that's how I sort of climbed my way to getting my first clients. That alone was me building my portfolio, helped me get more clients, and then I could actually build my portfolio with also client work. But it's very risky in a way, because you might get people who are like, hey, Cesso, or not in this case, but hey, Juxty, did you, hey, can I get a logo as well? I saw you do what's his name's for free. And straight up defend yourself. Be like, no, I did that logo because I was trying to build my portfolio. Don't lie. I'm not lying to myself. I'm not lying to that person. I'm saying, hey, I did this because I'm trying to build my portfolio. So if you're looking for a logo that you like because you like my work that I did for this X amount of persons or whatever I did for other people, be like, hey, my prices are this. You can, if it's your budget, I will gladly want to do this logo for you or something, or design for you, whatever, right? It works, guys. I'm not kidding. It does work. I promise you that very, very, very much. However, not everyone's going to get that lucky, but in order to progress, you need to make sure you take advantage of the time that you have and the opportunity that comes with consistency, which actually happens to be our next topic. Alright guys, now what I mean by the word consistency, it is actually not like me saying, hey, your designs always have to be tip-top, yada yada yada. It's not what I mean by that, right? Even though that it should be a given, but just know for the future reference, guys, you're going to make things that you hate before you even finish them, okay? That's like a given. Just know that. So if you hate yourself right now for like not having this really good design that you thought in your head, honestly, as long as the client loves it, as long as you did what that client asked for, I'm guaranteeing you sure that you're definitely gonna progress, right? But what I mean by the word consistency, I'm actually gonna put two other words in there. So I'm gonna say these two words here are what I feel like you're gonna be putting forth into the word consistency. So my two words I'm gonna be using is professionalism and presentation. Now I'm gonna start with professionalism first. What I mean by this is if you are one of those people out there who are retweeting really hot, super hot, half-naked chicks, I mean, I understand that. I understand that we're sometimes, or maybe half-naked guys. I don't know how many girls watch my stuff, but we're gonna go with half-naked individuals, right? That are just super attractive, right? So you guys know those people out there. You guys know those, weird memes that might offend people, right? So honestly, if you look at yourself and you are one of those actual people, tone it down a little bit. I know there's personality out there. I know there's people who want to see, I guess, in a different light, right? They want to be like funny. They want to be, approachable and stuff like that. But there's a way to be approachable without also, I guess, ruining the atmosphere of your actual social media. So for me, if you were to see my name on Twitter, you're gonna probably think of three different things. You're gonna think, hey, a new video that came out. This is gonna be one of those really cheesy quotes. You don't think of me any other way. I don't think honestly. You know what I mean? So, but if you're one of those people who are retweeting out these really, super hot things, I can see it, right? I can see it. But if I see your name, I'm gonna immediately think like, hey, where's that really hot girl? I'm gonna probably forget the designer. So you want to keep it consistent in that manner. Now that might have been a really weird and sort of like out of the blue example, but it does make sense, right? Because I know there's people out there, the community's very fun, there's a lot of young people, there's a lot of older individuals in the community, but there's a way to show off your personality without being just like odd about it. If there's that odd atmosphere that just sort of kind of ruins the vibe of how your brand is, right? So you want to build a brand, but you don't want to be be like that guy. You don't want to be that guy. So if you're one of those people, just make sure you're not one of those people. And if you're not one of those people, make sure you never be one of those people. So besides that itself, professionalism, there's also a way to construct your tweets. What I mean by this is if you're one of those individuals who are tweeting out maybe like things that I've been previously saying before, how you're using like I guess an inspiration. These are my earphones you can't see. Or inspirations, or maybe just people that are really popular that really help them out, or just sort of use their name as your way of leverage, I guess you can say, but also building something awesome for them. So if you're one of those people, make sure you construct your tweet in a really cool way as well, because first impressions really do matter, right? But that's also going into the presentation part. What I mean by this is sort of, I guess, like maybe to construct your tweet with like, hey, logo design made for blank. Insert name there, and then also then add in like, whatever like things that you did, like maybe how you thought about it, or maybe like why you did it for them. Some sort of like, I guess, cheesy line that's gonna be like, oh, that's so cute. You're like retweeting your favorite, you know what I mean? But you don't actually have to do that. I'm just saying, like, there's also ways to construct your tweets. Don't make it very lazy. Don't be like, hey, new logo design, like and appreciate it, thanks. Like that doesn't say like, hey, I care for what your opinion is, or what my projects are, right? So that's gonna help you use the word presentation, right? So what I mean by this word here is everyone knows presentation is how you're going to be first looked at, right? Your first impressions, how is this going to go? So if you're one of those individuals out there who were like me in the past, I do apologize for even leading people on, but I use the word logo concepts. So when I use that word in the past, what I meant by logo concepts is it's a logo, and then this word concept here like slid into my mind. It was like, hey, this is a nice easy way to like make sure I don't have any color in my logo, and I can just say, hey, there's your logo. But color is a very big part of logo design. Now I'm using a logo design a lot for my example, but that is what I use to sort of bring out my name in Juxi and sort of get my first clients, right? So with that being said, if you're one of those individuals who are using black concepts or white concepts on a black background or a white background, and there's no color in your logo, it hurts two different things. It hurts the client's brand because then they have to figure out this color, and if they don't have a consistent color, then they can't really be notified or noticed right away with the color that you're using, right? So when you think beige, you think red, right? Red, blue, or red, blue, and yellow, something like that, right? Or do you think some sort of, maybe if you think me, maybe you think orange? I'm hoping you think orange, because I'm probably using that color a little bit. But regardless, you see what I mean? Like, you can see a color. If you think Google, boom, you think yellow, orange, blue, or that, whatever the heck color it is. But I know I see yellow in there, so that's what I'm saying, right? So make sure you guys understand that logo design and color make sense. They go together. So what I mean by this is when you're actually presenting maybe a logo design itself, choose even if it's not, even if it's a gradient actually matters as well. So or even just a solid color, it does not matter. Just make sure you have some sort of color in there because it'll help one thing and one other thing. It'll help the brand itself that you're doing it for, and it'll help yourself when you actually do your presentation for it. So what I mean by this is, let's just say that I'm going to be using, I guess, the formula logo that I did, for example, right? So I had the formula logo, I had a really orangey red gradient in there. It was really cool. So I made sure I had a white background for half the actual document, and then the actual gradient on the other half. So either one can be flipped onto either, right? So I had the, I guess, gradient logo on that white background, and I had a white logo on the gradient background. So that also gave me, hey, look how it looks like with two different levels of color, right? Also, it also helps you out if you also do more than just one or two colors. It might even if you like, I'll say like max 4 or 5. So it's not crazy to look at, but it really, really does matter. So when I do my presentation, help yourself, right? So it's more than just first impressions. How can you show people the way you think, right? It's also, it's a kind of attractive thing to do. It's also another personality thing, right? So if you say, for example, my TV logo that I did, I had a logo for, let's say I think I cut out a TV. I said that I did that, right? So what I mean by this is I put K plus Q plus like starburst, something like that, right? So I showed them a little construction, not like just a very simple way of doing it. I said, hey, I did this K logo plus this TV image that I used. What the starburst was, I combined them together, and that's how I created this logo. That's how I thought about this, and that's something that people really respect, really appreciate, and understand that, hey, this logo is actually more than just a logo. I see how he did it. He wanted to really enhance the brand, etc., right? So presenting your work is not only making it look pretty. How would you also show people what you think and how you created it? It's a very attractive thing, right? It's very easy to love you after that, right? When you like show the amount of work that you actually put into it. So with that little simple trick, I guarantee you'll get a lot more people like really appreciating your work and also having that same, I guess, outcome when they go ahead and order from themselves, right? I think that's a pretty good way to put it. Let's go ahead and go on to, like, I guess the if all else fails. Now, if you guys are wondering what my all else failed actually happened to be, it was actually how I got my first client. But I did get 2 other clients, so trust me, the whole method that I was talking about before, it does work. But also this method does work as well. So, what was my all else failed? Now, this is pretty simple. So there are clients out there who have no clue what they're looking for, how to look for them. So you have to sometimes be the person. If you're running a little clients, you just want to help, I guess, build a portfolio. Some of these clients that are out there that sticker client also build a portfolio as well. So what I mean by this is using the Twitter search function and just tweeting out, or I guess putting in the search function, looking for a logo designer or media logo done, something that's very tag heavy that you can get the people that you're actually looking for. And that's actually how I got a lot of my sort of responses back and forth with DMs. I went ahead and said, hey, I love this logo for you. Here's my budget. Here, I love this logo for you. This is what you can be expecting. I just make it link with my work and stuff like that, so they can see, right away what they're actually going to be receiving, right, or what they're going to be hopefully getting that standard that you're at, right? But with this DM, it actually started off with him asking me for my best logos in the esports, right? And I immediately told him after that, I do not have a portfolio, but I do have it on my media. Now, this is one of those examples that I was saying, like telling you guys, to keep it professional, you should have all these, professional tweets and stuff like that, just so that when this actual thing happens, if you were to go to my media, what he saw was this really high, I guess, work ethic, really awesome presentations, really awesome concepts, how I actually created them. He saw all this in his mind. He immediately had this really cool, I guess, I would assume that he had this really good mindset that this person is trying their very hardest and they're going to really push the brand to how I want it, right? But if he saw in between half-naked girls and on weird 9/11 jokes that are just not funny for everyone, it might have put him off because what if something happens there and he just automatically says, it doesn't seem professional, right? It does not seem like this person is really going to try their hardest. It does not seem like this person is going to give them the best, brand, from other people that they can choose from, right? So with that being said, that example right there might be another way of looking at it and making sure that you understand what you're putting out on your social media does actually matter. It does influence the people that you're going to be getting and who are not going to be getting, right? So following that, he asked me, hey, tell me what the colors you're thinking of. So I told him the colors, and for a lot of other actual DMs that I went ahead to, I gave them visuals as well. Some guy came up with me a weird light, fixture company thing. He was like, hey, I'm looking for some a little light example, or like a light company logo. And I was like, hey, I have this example here. I kind of worded it out, right? But as well as wording it out, I also gave them a visual, almost like a small little brief. And it was even the smallest thing in paint, or even in using a brush to quickly draw it out, and then just showing them some sort of visual will give them that next step to saying hey, I can see how the logo is going to look, and I can also see what work ethic is going to be put forward, because you already gave me something without even paying anything, a penny. So once he said that, he immediately said, let's do it. That's what he said. It was that simple. I showed him what my work was. I showed him the ideas. I told him what my ideas were, and he loved it. So once he did that, I said, okay, some of your people will for a invoice, and I'm gonna make sure I emphasize the word invoice, because you actually be using invoices if you're using PayPal as your method, because sending money back and forth is not the way to do it. There's no sort of there's that fine line, because honestly, if they charge back these nasty little chargebacks, if you guys want to know my little secrets to them using invoices, it's invoices, honestly, because people do charge back. There are people out there who's gonna try to I don't know why these people even do these things, but they're gonna try to ruin you and just try to get things out for free, right? Because people love things that are for free. With that being said, it was very, very simple, because sort of chargebacks are 50-50 until someone can show that extra proof. That invoice is the extra proof. It's almost like a little mini contract with PayPal. So that way they can help you a lot more when a chargeback happens. It's very unfair and not actually the truth of what the chargeback was actually meant for, right? So an invoice should be constructed that, hey, I'm gonna deliver by this date, hopefully. If any extended time is needed, back and forth example, traded in with one another, then I can extend that time, right? Also, having that, make sure you also give them, hey, if I did not get it by this time, or not, I've lost contact with you, hey, go ahead and charge it back, because that's going to help that client itself be sort of protected as well, right? So just understand that it's going to protect you and the client, and just makes everything just feel very, very good when you go ahead and say, yeah, you're going to have to pay up front. I always do that myself, because I feel like it helps me, just, why not, right? Why not? I'm going to get the money anyways, just why not all pay it forward? And also, if you want to half, sure, but I think you should always demand the money right there and then, because it's a service that you're paying for, so they should always pay ahead of time, right? So once I sent the invoice, once I constructed it, we went ahead and just paid it off. Very simple, right? So honestly, that's pretty much it. There's no real secret to it. It is just consistency. You also want to make sure you protect yourself as well. And that being said, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't know. I want to say too much else because it's really, I don't want to ramble on too very much because I know it's a video, so I'm like a live show or something like that. I'm like answering a question, but this is how I believe that you can get your first clients from scratch. I did it my very, very self. I maybe spent maybe 3 days in total. I've been working, of course, it's been like maybe a month after I've done this actual sort of whole experiment, but I did it, and I'm still getting DMs to this day without even posting or tweeting for like the past 2 weeks that people want to actually get logo designs. Of course, I decline them because I no longer need the client right now, right? I'm telling me, hey, I'm actually Sesso HQ doing a video later on. You'll see in the future, yada yada yada. You can go over here. You're not gonna get my logo. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that because that's what social media does for you.